This week's episode of Diggnation is brought to you by GoDaddy.com, Netflix, Gamefly, and Jerkins Lotion. Smooth, thick, creamy lotion.
Great for your scrot, but hey, your rooster won't complain either.
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health.
All right, moving on. Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
You put zombie and you put ear in the title, and I don't want to do it. Diggnation.com.
Hello and welcome to Diggnation, episode number 220. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose. Diggnation covers some of the weekly hottest user-submitted stories on the social news website, dig.com. That's D-I-G-G.com.
That's right, we're here at Kevin's apartment in San Francisco, California, and we are joined by MythBusters' own Adam Savage. Adam, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me over.
I can't believe that we've gone 220 episodes without having you on the show.
No, it's been way too long.
It's been way too long,
Yeah.
really, in my opinion.
You probably
that's what
weren't big enough until now.
No.
I agree.
I hadn't been invited until now.
What?
I swear. I didn't turn down any invitations.
Well, you're here in the Bay Area, too, which is awesome.
Well, literally, the drive here from work was about 8 minutes.
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know you guys shot up here.
Every climate we could possibly want is within a day's drive.
This is true. This is definitely true. Although, and then it's not so great flying in. Every time I fly in here, it's always like, oh, cloud delay.
Delayed.
I've only had that twice, and I fly like
Really?
50 times a year. Yeah.
Get out of town.
Oh, but you fly into Oakland Airport, right?
No.
Oh, no.
I love flying into Oakland.
Yeah.
No, I'm flying to San Francisco. Lately, though, we've been landing on the runways facing south. Have you done that? Mm-mm. Where we literally came in over the Golden Gate Bridge, and I was like, I've never seen that view before, and it's like this new
Weird.
flight.
Maybe that's a weather thing, and they
Could
change
be.
it up.
Yeah, it could be.
I like that.
So your actual, where you do all the shooting is over in Oakland, though, right?
No.
Oh, it's not.
We end up doing a ton of filming out at Alameda Naval Base, because
Okay.
that runway is so beautiful and so iconic. But our main shop is on the south side of Potrero Hill.
Why did I not know this? Dig is right in Potrero Hill. Like, we're right there.
Yeah. You got, yeah.
And we're on Mississippi and 17th right there. So.
Well, shoot, we're over on Missouri down at Chavez. Now more people are going to visit and take pictures of the building. Yeah. But every time
why did you go on that show?
Every time we open the garage door, because we've got to film something, we've got something stinky.
Yeah.
It's like people show up and they've like, oh, we've driven here from Germany and we've
And you
come
can't
to
say no at that
No,
point,
of course
right?
not. We take pictures and stuff, but we had to put up a sign to stop people from knocking on the door because we were like, we'd be filming and people like bang on the door.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
really
crazy.
cool. How did that? So, first off, are you doing anything else? What's anything else brewing? I mean, obviously MythBusters, but is there anything else that's going on?
It's mostly a full-time job.
That makes sense.
I've been doing talks around. Jamie and I do a fair amount of public speaking at colleges and universities and corporate events and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I've also been asked to do personal appearances. And last December, I did one at a conference called the EG Conference.
Okay.
Which is Richard Werman's success. Well, he's the guy that started TED. This is his new venture. It's much smaller, much more personal.
Interesting.
And it's awesome. And I gave this talk on the Maltese Falcon and my personal obsessions there that kind of made a bit of a splash on the web. And I've been doing a lot more of that lately.
Like the movie or the concept of the thing?
I'm a maker, so I'm
Maltese.
obsessed with objects.
Yeah.
And one of the objects I'm obsessed with is the Maltese Falcon, specifically the object made for the film.
Wow, that is amazing. Because
I didn't see this talk. This is online?
Absolutely, yeah. Go, it's at Fora.tv.
I'm gonna
We have
have
this
to
thing
watch.
called the internet.
Yeah. Oh, it's on the internet. I have internet, which is not. It's not
the upgraded internet.
I don't have the upgraded one. It's internet 1.0.
Sailboat. He's got a Maltese Falcon sailboat, largest sailboat.
Which is so the two bits of Google noise that I get when I search for the Maltese Falcon now, because I continue to want to gather information. I am now about 40% of my own Google noise. My talk is created my own problem on Google. And the other one is this Maltese Falcon sailboat, this super advanced sailboat with louvered sails and stuff like that.
Oh,
I have to go.
yeah.
I have to Boolean search and try and eliminate the sailboat, which is quite difficult.
Yes.
You're like anything other than sailboats, please.
No water, no.
You have to switch search engines to Bing.com.
Bing will search
He's
that out.
a Bing
Look
fanatic.
at this
It's
laugh. Did you hear that? Like
ridiculous.
the cackle of Bing is what it was. I was like, oh, Bing. Go home.
Every time I see that new picture on Bing, I'm like, yeah, you keep trying. I'll keep working.
That's all right.
Oh, damn it.
I feel the same
I don't know. I
way.
should get some stock options in
should.
Bing.
I do a tremendous amount of image searching, and
Oh, interesting.
I do like the way Bing loads
The
everything
interface
in
is
the
better.
endless page. That's
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't do anything. It still hasn't given me anything that I haven't already found through Google.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, but that's the crux of what. How do you compete with when the results are here's what's on the internet? How do you do that better when it's like here's also what's on the internet?
Mind-reading
They're claiming that
technology.
There's a difference.
So is Google when they come out with their. Have you tried their beta
Oh,
search?
that is actually better.
Have
you tried it?
Yeah, it's just the same
They have
stuff.
this new special server that you can hit. It's this different URL, and then you go to it. It's like a slightly different change version.
It's basically. Here's the thing.
I did some vanity searches and other little weird searches.
I know,
results
but
are better.
Well, they're different. I
Better
don't know if
how?
I'd say they're better. They're just different.
They've like put my Wikipedia article higher than like stupid other articles that make no sense.
I don't know.
You search your own name when you do that, right?
Everybody Googles himself.
Right. You want to see what's up there? Like my porn links are down
myself
further.
when I was 10.
I did. I
Yeah.
think I did too. About 10.
Yeah,
About 10. I was
that's
like, hey, Google. This is the best thing I've ever found. And then there was an internet search item thing that came out. So Maltese Falcon. So it's the prop itself that was built for the Maltese Falcon?
Yeah.
Do you know it? I mean, what's the...
I want an exact replica of one, and eventually I decided I had to make my own. And the talk is extended. It's like 16 minutes, and there's a couple of hundred slides.
Wow.
In that period of time. It's very fast and furious, talking about the progression of how I sculpted my own and went through modifications to obtain a bronze. And then after all of these iterations, because every time you mold and cast something, you lose a certain amount of size. It was too small when I was done, and I want to start again from scratch. And lately, actually, I've befriended the owner of John's Restaurant here in San Francisco, down on Ellis. And they used to have a real casting of the Maltese Falcon made during the production.
Wow.
Given to them by Alicia Cook, who was actually one of the actors in the film, and then that got stolen a couple of years ago. And
Out of
actually,
the restaurant.
Out of the restaurant. And it's not the first time. I think there's actually been 3 or 4 robberies of Maltese Falcons over the years. And I have a conspiracy theory about it. I'm not willing to release it just yet, but I'm working on a good conspiracy.
It is sort of ironic that a movie about the stealing of a Maltese Falcon then like spawns stealing of the prop Maltese Falcon that was created for the movie.
Go back all the way to the book, which is about an irrational search for an object of desire that is elusive.
Right.
To a movie about the same, to a prop built to represent the object of desire,
That has
which
become
becomes
the
itself
same.
an object of desire, which then becomes just as elusive.
Interesting how you befriend him and then all of a sudden it disappears like
I
that.
didn't
You do have the skill
Interesting.
sets. You have the skill sets.
If anybody's
doing
going to
that
steal
stuff.
some crazy shit, it's you. I'm just saying. You know everything that's a myth and not a myth. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. You guys should do like a scripted show where you guys go and actually become robbers because you know so much of the things that's not...
That'll be the movie.
The movie,
Yes.
yes, dude, done. I'm in.
We'll get Michel Gondry to direct it.
That would be awesome, actually.
Or Michael Winterbottom, whoever plays with the
Whichever.
reality and the fantasy, right?
Yeah, whichever, either way.
So we, to get back to the main talking about stories, you brought your own laptop,
Yes.
and we were talking to you
Which is
before
awesome.
the show started, and you were like, "Oh, I have my series of links that I go through every day." I think people out there would want to know. This is a really geeky audience. Like, where do you surf? Like, what are your favorite websites?
All right. So running across the top of my menu bar here,
Okay.
it starts Gmail,
Gmail.
Very important.
Bing, calendar.
Bing.
I gave Bing the.
Oh, you gave Bing the
I gave it up
calendar.
there
Wait,
because
Bing
the
calendar?
search is happening. Then Twitter.
Twitter's Twitter.
One link for Twitter, one
you
link for
tweet?
@replies. I tweet constantly.
Interesting.
What's your Twitter
Okay.
name?
Don't try this.
Don't try this.
Don't try this? Okay.
Don't try this.
Done.
I get it.
Then we get to
Following it.
Boing Boing,
Nice.
Reddit, Dig, Slashdot, Girl Brain, Consumerist, Y Combinator,
Mm-hmm.
PowerPage, Fark, Gizmodo, and Gadget, Craigslist, eBay, the Replica Props Forum, one of
Very
my
nice.
personal favorites,
Very nice.
Metafilters, Flickrs, Perez Hilton.
Wait, are you kidding me?
The superficial. Well, I read the superficial because it's hilarious,
That
and Perez
is
Hilton gives me the
awesome.
satisfaction that I'm not getting because the superficial doesn't post on the weekends.
that
Oh,
is
look at that!
hysterical.
That's awesome.
Then we get into TPM, Huffington Post, and 538, and then the rest are just incidental links.
And you said you do visit Dig.
Every day.
No way.
Multiple times a day. Absolutely.
Love it.
Awesome.
We've gotten stories right off of Dig. Absolutely. Yeah,
hysterical.
I mean, most of the big stories that are internet memes, I mean, they show up there. So, I mean, they're part of our regular part of our research.
Little research. Awesome. Very cool.
I like that
stuff.
little part of the research. What up?
Nice.
Well, why don't you do? So you had an
Yes.
interesting story that you mentioned and then you submitted.
I just submitted it, yes.
which I'm very interested in because you started talking about these things I've never heard of them.
Right, and you came in, so I decided to throw this on Dig. It only has a couple digs because I just submitted it, but it's bizarre nested Klein bottles submitted by myself with 2 digs, which I have a feeling it'll be a lot more soon.
I don't know, 2's pretty big. I mean, that's front page material right there.
So tell us, what are these all about?
Klein bottles are, you know, a Mobius strip, which
Yep.
is a strip of paper where you twist it once,
Yep.
and effectively when you look at it mathematically, it's got one side and one edge.
Right.
Well, a Klein bottle is a bottle in which its neck grows around back into the inside of it, and it is effectively a surface with no edges and no surfaces because it's all a unified surface. It's impossible in the physical world. It's
Right.
mathematically feasible. There's maybe a 4th dimensional jump where the two
Got it.
surfaces intersect.
Yep. I've had one of those. It's
But they're totally
a lot
beautiful.
of alcohol involved.
This guy, Alan Bennett, makes the most beautiful ones in the world, and I mean they're collected by museums. I couldn't possibly afford one, but there is a maker, Acme Klein Bottles.
Acme Klein Bottles.
And I bought one, and then I found out after I'd owned it for a year that
It's
those
not a Klein bottle.
No, that they're actually made by Clifford Stoll. And Clifford Stoll is an astronomer who is the subject of the book The Cuckoo's Egg, which is about the finding of one of the very first hacking cases in the United States where Russian hackers were breaking into, I think, Berkeley servers in the 1980s.
Yeah.
And it took years to figure this out, and Clifford Stoll had actually sussed out that there was a problem in some accounting software, and when he unpacked this problem, it turned out that these guys were using the network and trying to adjust the records. And I mean, it's a fantastic book, and Nova did a whole program on it, and now Clifford Stoll is this great glassblower making these beautiful bottles.
That's awesome. Are they crazy expensive?
No, they're quite reasonable.
Well, those guys are. I mean, the
These
Acme
guys
ones are.
but the ones Clifford Stoll makes are quite reasonable. One sits on my bathroom window.
That's awesome.
It seems an odd place to put. Wouldn't you want it like on your like mantle or something? Like,
I see it every morning.
well, it's true. All right. Touche. I guess if I wanted something to see every morning, I put it on my bathroom window.
Yeah.
That's very
I'd
cool.
be like, hey, there's that thing I bought. Although that goes to the whole thing of like art versus utility.
I
Like,
just don't know how I could explain this to someone. Like,
I wouldn't.
I'd have this thing out and they'd be like, oh, nice picture or something like that. And you'd be like,
It has no sides and no
Yeah,
edge.
it's
It's
math.
theoretically
There's-
impossible, and yet there it is.
yeah, but then they're like, why can't I touch it? And then you're like, well, Adam Savage told me all about it. Check out Diggnation episode number 220. That's pretty much all I have to say.
that would be awesome. It's theoretically possible, but it's physically impossible. It's right there, bro.
Right. But it's there.
But it's. Although then, if you have like stony friends over, you'd be like, "But it is there, but it's physically impossible." And then they'd look at it and go,
That's crazy.
Have
They'd
you
be
ever
like, "I gotta be in your."
looked at your Klein bottle?
Every time I look at it, it looks back at me
That's crazy.
in a weird way. That's awesome. I'd love to get a Klein bottle. I don't know where I would go. Is it just acmekleinbottle.com?
Yeah,
it might be.
It's actually kleinbottle.com is where Cliff Stoll's are. He actually even sells a new, I haven't seen this, a stylish Klein bottle hat.
Man, that is not nerdy at all.
Your knitted flying spaghetti monster hat.
Do they have Klein bottle keychains?
Oh my God.
That seems
I
like
don't
something.
know.
You would want?
Meyer, Klein bottles.
How about a
matching
Klein
Mo-
bottle opener? That would
Matching
make you.
Mobius scarf.
Look at that. I found
like
it.
that.
Klein bottle ray tracing keychain.
There you
It's got a
go.
little hologram on the keychain.
Awesome.
I'm just
God,
saying.
the Klein bottle hat. I want one of those.
Watch, these things are going to explode.
What it's going to be a Klein bottle hat with 2 beer cans, but because there's no
can't ever
entry,
get the beer.
you can never drink it. So it's basically like a stadium buddy for sober people.
I'm theoretically drunk, but I'm actually frustrated.
Yeah. Like, this Klein bottle is amazing, but it sucks that I'm not drinking. But look at my hat.
That's awesome.
Amazing. All right, well, let's get to our second story of the day then. I don't know if you've heard about this. I know Kevin has possibly.
Absolutely.
Disney to acquire Marvel Entertainment. Big deal. 1,962 people like the story submitted by Ramzi Mustafazi. Walt Disney Co. said on Monday, which is like a couple Mondays ago, it has reached a deal to acquire comic book titan Marvel Inc. for $4 billion in stock and cash In a statement, Disney chief executive Bob Iger said, that's the end of the abbreviation of description for Dig. So I don't know what they said, but that's really interesting, right?
Well, it's
this
crazy
is a big deal.
how Marvel was like, not
Marvel
almost
was
dead.
no, bankruptcy.
Were they bankruptcy?
Went through bankruptcy.
This was like 10 years ago, right?
6 years ago, yeah, like 7 years ago.
And then all of a sudden, 3D animation got to the point where obviously we can have
Now
really
I think
cool
of
movies.
that movie opening.
Yeah,
well, that's
exactly.
the thing.
You get excited when you see that.
Yeah, totally. You know it's gonna be good.
Spider-Man totally changed Marvel.
Yeah.
So to me,
Totally.
the price seemed a little cheap. Like, isn't $4 billion about what the 3 Spider-Man movies made?
Yeah,
maybe
but you
not
got to pay some bills. You got, it's not. It looks all great, and the receipts are all great. But at the end of the day, you got to pay Spidey. You got to pay Raimi. You got to pay.
Yeah, I mean, I know these guys have crazy like ways to calculate what they think the company's worth, but at that point, you're just like, 3.5. How about 4? And you're like, $4 billion sounds good.
Well, I'd just like to see that lunch conversation, which is, we'd like to buy you. How much do you cost? $4 billion? And they're like, fine, we're Disney. Check.
And you wonder, you wonder what it's going to do to the Marvel.
Yes. I don't think.
I mean, they did really
Disney's
what
gotten
Spider-Man
hardcore,
is so
though.
great.
Well, and Iron Man, and
Iron
they've
Man
done
is awesome.
Marvel has really revitalized the whole concept of the superhero movie. And to be honest, maybe even the fact that Chris Nolan got a chance to do what he did with Batman Begins and Dark Knight, because all of that was post Spider-Man and the revitalization of the superhero movie. And there's talks now of what? I just got attacked by some sort of bug.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
It's all right. Nobody did. That was just an acid flashback. There was talks now of doing an Avenger movie, and there's a lot of really cool crossover stuff that's happening.
How many really big titles do they have left, though, that they haven't done movies for? As Marvel?
Oh well, it doesn't have to be
I know
big.
they have-
They're going into like the.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot of really good Marvel stuff. I'm pretty sure Thor. Yeah, Thor.
Thor would be
So
cool.
they're doing a Thor movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would say that Thor was like a giant title for them. I mean, it definitely
It was
wasn't.
big when we were kids.
Yeah, it was huge.
Well, there you go. But they're also doing Green Lantern.
Green.
And they're doing Green Hornet.
They're doing Green Hornet.
God, they're doing a lot. I mean, they're doing a lot of
They
stuff.
also had some really like Daredevil.
Well, X-Men.
Daredevil.
X-Men was good.
X-Men
Daredevil
was good.
horrible though, right?
Daredevil was a little.
And
Elektra was
Elektra's
a
not
backup.
there,
Was
is
a
it?
final. Yeah, Elektra, because Elektra's in the Daredevil comics.
Elektra was so important to me. That
Yeah.
Bill Sienkiewicz comic that
Yeah.
was it Frank Miller? Yeah, it was Frank Miller.
Frank Miller?
Was
Yeah.
it? Oh, geez. Well then, yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
The
Yeah.
new Wolverine was disappointing though.
It was okay. It wasn't horrible, but they're gonna
Compared
make
to
it.
a lot of other stuff,
I know,
the
I
new
know.
Wolverine was super
Yeah.
great.
But they're gonna make a cat. They're gonna
that's
theoretically
true.
make a Captain
It was better than
America
Catwoman.
movie.
Well,
Well, it was better than Catwoman.
new
Come on.
Catwoman's coming out. Did you hear they got what's her name?
No, that was a rumor.
Was it? What's her name?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Has a rumor.
That would be awesome.
The rumor was Megan Fox was going to play Catwoman in the next iteration of Chris Nolan's Batman, but that's not true.
Oh, interesting.
I'm sorry.
I-
This is my nerd out time.
I think she would be
Movie news. But that's a big deal. I mean, I think you're right. I think the question arises is what are the new Marvel movies going to be like now that Disney is part of the
Right.
part
At the
of
same
market?
time, Disney and Pixar get together, and it hasn't negatively affected Pixar's
right.
product at all.
That's true.
If anything, John Lasseter, coming from Pixar to be the head of Disney Animation now,
Yeah.
has revitalized the fact that because
Absolutely.
3-4 years ago, we actually may have even talked about it on Diggnation when Disney said we're not going to make any more hand-drawn animation stuff.
Right.
And John Lasseter came in from Pixar and said, "No, you got to go back to your roots, baby." Which is why we see Princess and the Frog coming out, and this is sorry.
How do you know all this about
This is I'm literally having a conversation from my other show.
You're like, that's why Princess and the Frog, November 12th. I bought pre-tickets, but
It's not out yet, but anyway. It may be right. It may do wonders for it.
so
And Marvel Studio is its own other studio entity, which is why I think Marvel was such a good acquisition thing. Because
I just say
it's-
leave them alone. They've been doing well. Let
Yep.
them do what they're doing.
Yep.
I
you
think
know.
the choice of Sam Raimi to direct the Spider-Man movies is one of my favorite things that has happened in like the last 10 years. It's like I couldn't believe how great that
and now he's doing the World of Warcraft movie.
is. He
No
really?
way.
Yeah, he's signed on to be the director of the
I
World of
didn't know
Warcraft
that.
movie, which has been talked
gonna
about
do it
for
all
years
in
and years and
Mishima?
years. I don't.
Yeah, that would be,
that
the
would be
worst movie
amazing.
ever. You'd be in that movie. You play that
I
game.
love
so
that
much.
movie. Are you kidding
Like,
me?
hello there, like when you're a little kid.
I'd be like, that
There's-
guy, he's from the thing.
there's
He's
a
having
guy
his
who
bachelor
does-
party in World of Warcraft.
No, that was
we
real-
just talked
no.
about it.
It was just an idea. It was a hypothesis. It was a Klein bottle.
He was saying everyone
That
would
is
get
just a Klein
together.
bottle.
My friend Dave will be a
Mathematically-
stripper.
I'd be also, I'd be like, this stripper seems oddly familiar. You're like, Kevin's look at the stripper lady. He's like, I'm stripping
Dude, I'm
for
like,
you.
look what I bought for you.
There's a
Had to
guy
go
who
to
does
Gold
some
Farm.
beautiful Machinima music videos of Jonathan Colton songs.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
That's super
great.
cool. Yeah, Jonathan was on TRS back at South by Southwest.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Nice.
Piece of information. Let's move on.
All right. Next story of the day. This one I absolutely am fascinated by. Super slow motion sneezing. 865 people dug this, dug by Lieutenant Panda. So
Really?
this is, the reason I'm so
never
into
seen
this is that I want to buy one of these cameras.
Oh, is this one of these super fancy new
This is one of
cameras?
the 800 frames per second.
This is like,
300
yeah.
frames per second.
I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, I think it might
this is
be
like
10,000 or some shit.
Okay. Does this not look like when they're kind of about to go into, like, just
Well, it looks like
orgasm?
that
in a
guy's
weird
gonna
way?
cry.
No, hold on. Watch
Is this the Shawshank Redemption opera song? I think it is.
They're just about to get out of jail and then sneeze.
I don't know what those two ladies were saying about.
Watch this. I hate that feeling. Oh, here we go. Oh, she's really
Yeah,
enjoying it.
She is enjoying that.
I mean, that.
I thought it was like one person sneezing slowly. I didn't know it was like a whole montage of there's gonna be a lot of particulates in the air. I could tell. That guy looks like he just found out his dog. Oh! Oh!
That's animated.
What?
It's not
I'm
animated.
sorry.
Oh, that's.
No, but they probably had only people with colds come in to do this shooting.
Only people with colds that know manners. Nobody's. No way. No way.
I think they said
I'm
no,
very
use
dubious.
manners.
I smell after.
No, I can sneeze like this.
Smell After Effects. Does anybody smell After Effects in here? 'Cause
You know,
I smell some
you know,
After
I've got a slow motion sneeze online, right?
Oh, that's actually.
What?
Oh, it's a pro flu shot.
No.
Well, you didn't
Ad.
watch to the end of
I
the
didn't-
video?
No, I didn't. I turned it off. I was saving it for the show.
You actually did a slow motion sneeze?
Yeah, I did. We wanted to find out if your eyeballs would pop out of your head.
This time he'll
Okay.
clamp his eyes open.
Okay.
But will he be able to
There you go.
sneeze without causing permanent damage?
You clamped your eyes open?
What does that even
Well,
mean?
no, I was.
Sneeze without closing your eyes.
Here we go. Wait.
Did it happen already?
Hold on.
Be able to sneeze without causing permanent damage.
I gotta try that.
That's like the
So-
freakiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, because it's supposedly your eyes will pop out of your head, but here comes the slow mo.
Oh my god, I think I was able to hold them open.
All right, come on. Where's the high speed?
First, for MythBusters science, the high speeds confirm Adam definitely held his eyes
There he
open
goes.
for both sneezes. And there was.
Ew!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. So now let me ask you this. What if your eyes hadn't popped out of your head?
We had a reasonable expectation, as we do sometimes, that
Okay.
wouldn't occur.
All right. I can just see the insurance underwriters going, wait, he's going to pop his what?
We actually went to UCSF into one of the surgical centers, and they put on the eye clamps on me that they did for like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
And it's pretty much the worst thing you could
I
possibly
was just about
imagine.
to say, is it really that
It is.
effed up?
They put it on, and they gave me the numbing eye drops too.
Right.
Of course.
And they put it on, and I was like, okay, take it off. Like literally didn't take any time at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awful. I can't even imagine having to suffer through it for a while. I mean, I figure you could get used to it. You'd try it out, expand your ability to handle it. But
Well, there's
man,
no
it
reason
sucked.
to do that except for surgery, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, but also,
like crazy
or
goth
a movie.
parties
I
and
mean, the guy from
and
Clockwork
yeah,
Orange
if you want to be
did
cured
do
of
it.
violence.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
For
well,
instance.
right.
But who really, at the end of the day, wants to be cured of violence? I think everybody just goes, I'm a very violent person, but I don't feel there's anything wrong with that.
Did you guys? There was a story floating around on the sites today about violent imagery making people better able at remembering advertisements that occur in game during violent occurrences.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I need a Coke, and it's because I was gutting this guy the other day. I mean, in game.
No, the
And there was a
thing was
Pepsi
is they gave
sign.
the people two instructions, and one was like driving around an area, and the other was like running people down in the same area. And the people who were running people down noticed advertisements more.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But now, was it because they were
probably more engaged.
focusing on driving?
I only read the headline.
They were like, I gotta focus on driving. I don't want to hit any pedestrians. I don't care what that sign says. And then it's like, yeah, this is great. Hey, there's a cute little sign. I don't mind if I'm running over people. That's awesome. I love
crazy.
science when it kills people. Oh, it doesn't kill people, but you know.
All right, what's the
Other
next story?
I think it's your story.
Sponsors first, though, or no?
Yup, sponsors.
GoDaddy starting at
These are fun
$5 a
sponsor
month. Web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to GoDaddy Hosting Connection, the place to quickly install over 50 free applications like WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, OS Commerce, and more. Plus, enter the code DIG5 when you check out and save an additional $10 off any order of $40 or more. Some restrictions apply. See site for details. Get your piece of the internet. GoDaddy.com. And also, be sure to check out revision3.com/GoDaddy for all the Diggnation GoDaddy details, deals and codes.
Also, there are details,
There are details
at
there.
that place, as well as deals.
That's right.
Gamefly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 6,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. Now, with plans starting as low as $15.95 a month, Gamefly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time, keep them as long as they like. There are no late fees, no due dates, no shipping is always free. No, shipping is always free. Good question about the shipping costs. Once you're done playing, send it back to Gamefly, and they will send you the next available game on your list. If you really like game playing, you simply click Keep It, and Gamefly will send you the documentations at a discounted price, and you can own it. Diggnation fans get 2-week free trial when they go to gamefly.com/Diggnation. Strong restrictions apply. See every details. Check it out, gamefly.com.
Netflix. Thanks to Netflix for sponsoring this episode of Diggnation. With Netflix, you can rent over 90,000 titles online, including lots of Blu-ray titles for those new slim PS3 Blu-ray players. With free shipping both ways to your home.
Free plug.
I have free plug for PS3. I like the new slim one. I want one. Send me one because I have the big bulky one and it doesn't look as cool.
My PS3 is so big. Can I get another one that's slimmer?
I'll give it away to charity.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. If they
know
send me a
you
new
will
one,
sell it,
I'll give it
and
to
you will
one of
tell
our-
people online you said gave it away to charity.
I'm not going to sell it. I'll give it to someone like Glenn. Glenn doesn't have a PS3.
Giving products to hippies does not constitute charity. Now continue.
Okay. They have over 40 free shipping centers. Free shipping centers. So almost all deliveries happen.
How many charge shipping centers do they have?
We have 10 charge shipping centers.
And over
So
40
if you get your
free
Netflix movie
shipping
from a
centers.
charge center, you're kind of fucked. Netflix plans start just $4.99. As a member, you get
totally
a
professional.
no-risk 2-week free trial membership. Check out www.netflix.com/Diggnation and remember to use the www.
Also, check out HD Nation for the best in HD content, home theater gear, no matter what your budget is. You can check out news, product reviews, guides to the latest high-def releases every Tuesday, revision3.com/HD Nation.
Sweet.
I got one.
You got one what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, you got a sponsor? That would be awesome. It's
MythBusters
like-
airs Wednesday nights at 9 on the Discovery Channel.
I like it.
There you
Sponsored
go.
by MythBusters.
And you should know that Monday, October 19th,
Yes.
I'll be appearing with Will Wheaton and Paul and Storm at the Swedish American Hall here in San Francisco
Very
for
nice.
Wootstock.
What's Wootstock?
W00TSTOCK.net.
I like that. Okay.
And we'll be appearing 2 days later at Largo in Los Angeles. It's
What up?
3 hours of geeks and music.
Dude, you
It's
may
gonna
have
be
to
off the
hook me
hook.
up. I live
We're gonna have
right
so
next
much
to
fun.
Largo.
Yeah.
I love Largo.
All right, I gotta go
That's
to this
awesome. That's like
Woodstock
walking
thing.
distance. Awesome. Okay, one more story.
Yep.
Let's get into it. Now, this is a little bit of pouring some beer out on the ground. Reading Rainbow ends.
That's really sad.
3,000. I know. I heard a gasp in the back. 3,316 people dug the story submitted by Samantra. After 26 years, the beloved children's show hosted by LeVar Burton, friend of ours, will disappear from the airways. Today, education funding favors programming that teach kids how to read rather than why to read. So this is, I think, a big blow to children's learning, in my opinion, because I loved Reading Rainbow. Loved Reading Rainbow growing up. And
You still love it.
I
He
still-
has the DVD sets when you go to his house.
dude,
It's
Butterfly
like,
in the Sky.
yeah, Butterfly in the
Dragonfly
Sky.
Choices, what up?
painted on your wall over your bed.
It is. No, I have a rainbow, and I call that my reading rainbow. Because when I'm in bed, I like to read under a rainbow.
That's
There's nothing
right.
wong with that.
Fair
I can
enough.
be. It's in a book.
Sure, he's on a
Take
Kindle
look.
now. Times have changed.
It is,
But
no,
it's still under a rainbow.
That is true. I read under a rainbow with my Kindle, which saves trees, which I think is awesome. Anyway, so this show's been on for 26 years, and the thing that I think is really sad is that they said the guy who's the executive for the show actually said it's because no station, no PBS won't do it, Corporation for Public Broadcasting can't do it, nobody will put up the money to continue the show.
How much does it cost to put on that show?
Well, there are books to buy.
LeVar wanted $3 million a year to continue to do it.
He did,
No,
which
I'm
I think is fair. I think that's fair.
That would be awesome if he's like, sorry. That's kind of my going rate.
So it was a contract negotiation. I didn't know that. It was a failed contract negotiation.
Yeah, right.
They
Paul
said that
Abdul's going to take over Reading
right.
Rainbow
Yeah, exactly.
next year.
It'll be
quiet
Talking
is
Rainbow.
good,
Right.
Yeah,
It's
talking-
all
Like,
part
it's
of the
all right to talk.
negotiation.
So they said that it's a couple $100,000. They said it's hundreds of thousands of dollars a season, which makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
you're putting on a
totally.
show, even if
But
it's.
do a fund drive or something.
I don't know
it's-
if fund drives
I mean,
are
a
as
couple
fun as you
$100,000
think.
bucks?
It's really sad. It's
Isn't
really
that
sad.
hard to do?
Especially the idea that everyone's so upfront. It's like, no one wants to pay for it anymore.
That's what the guy. They were like, PBS, no station, corporate, public. They were all like,
Internet show. We're gonna
Dude,
make that
yes.
happen. Reading Rainbow on our network. Done.
yeah.
Yeah,
we have a couple
right now
$100,000
someone's
to do
registered
that, right?
readingrainbow.com and putting porn up.
Right, exactly. Oh, I'm sure that's what it is.
That is high quality porn.
Rule 34.
Yes,
Readingrainbow.com.
that happens.
6 years?
26 years.
Isn't
26
Burton only
years.
like 35 or something like that?
Yeah, I think he's 10.
He's pretty young.
How long has MythBusters been around?
How long have you guys been on?
We've been filming it since the summer of 2002.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so over 7 years we've been doing
Wow. Do you guys take like summer off? I mean, is it like a regular TV
it. We
schedule?
shoot.
Or?
We do get some time off. We end up shooting about 44 weeks a year.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's there's
For
no
a TV
real
show, that's a
off
lot.
season
Yeah,
for us.
right.
We shoot for like 3 months and we get a couple weeks off. Shoot for 3 months and a couple weeks off.
Wow.
So it's kind of a freight train.
Yeah, that's
New
pretty
episodes
frenetic.
A year?
We somewhere around 20, 25 episodes a year. We've got a new block of episodes coming up in October. I'm not sure of the exact date, but yeah, we've actually over the past few months we surpassed a solid week of MythBusters.
Ha!
We've done like I think now 172 hours of the show, so you could watch it 24/7
For a solid week.
7+
Solid
days
week,
now.
and you'd be like, boom, I've seen everything.
My mom watches the marathon every Sunday.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
is
super
awesome.
cool. Well, thank you so much, Adam, for coming on.
Yeah,
I really
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
This has been great. Let's do it again soon.
Dude,
Yeah, we
anytime.
gotta come hang
We
out
should
and
do
check
it.
out
Yes.
what's going on over Petro Hill.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We want to blow
Absolutely.
some stuff up.
We'll bring. We don't ever blow stuff up there, but we make things pretty stinky.
Okay, we'd like to make things.
Either one works for us.
Either one works.
That's right.
Cool.
All right, that's it for this episode of Diggnation. I'm Kevin Rose.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. We will see you next week.
Sweet.
Awesome.